So here we are, welcome to cabin 12244, which is situated on the 12th floor of MSC Virtuosa and is an inside deluxe. Sorry about the low lighting in here, it can't go any brighter, but I will do my best with it. So let's start where we came in. So we have the entrance, you have a spy hole, and you also have your instructions for your muster station. You can see that it's muster station L. Moving on, we have 3 hangers. Very useful if you've got stuff to hang. And we've also then, moving down, got a full length mirror. Very useful, just what we need. Make sure you're looking good before you leave the room. Coming to the other side, we've got the door to the bathroom, but we'll come to that one shortly. You've also got your air conditioning. Let's put that on, so it's on the coldest setting. And below that you have your makeup room or your do not disturb. They will not make up your room unless you've got that on. You've then got the place for your card to keep everything running, and you've then got the switches. The first one is for the bathroom, the second one is for the main lights in this room. Let's move on round and we come to this little alcove, and it's a Samsung TV, good size. You can get plenty of English channels on there once you've waded through the safety video in numerous languages. And you've also got the remote control stored underneath, along with a useful shelf if you've got any leaflets to put in. There is also a bin with 3 different sections, obviously with recycling in mind. They've got paper, plastic and food. Moving up, I found this a little bit awkward. It's the telephone. 1, it's a little bit on the low side, but 2, it's very dark. So I have really struggled to see. I needed to ring reception the other day and I can't read that. So I didn't use it in the end. So this is where the air conditioning is. The air conditioning's been pretty good when I've had it on. And then you've got this double wardrobe. So let's open it up and see what we've got. We've got a big top shelf, plenty of place for storage up there. You've also got 2 separate compartments for hanging clothes, and then you've also got a little mini safe. It is on the small side, so you probably wouldn't get anything above an iPad in there. And then you've got a further 2 drawers for which are quite useful. And you've also got storage for suitcases and a desk. And then under the desk we have a chair and a pull-out table. And we also have the mini safe. Now there is a price list which I've already shown you, but I wanted to get some milk from the buffet and store it in here. But it's been locked the entire time I've been in this room. So I don't know what's in there. I don't know whether it's always like this. For those of you that know the problems I've had with this room. On the shelf at the side you've got 2 glasses. Forget the water and the Coke because I've added those. Pick them up where you can for your room. We've then got Zoe. Now I don't know how many people will use Zoe, but I have to say this is not very clean, and I just haven't wanted to use it. It's quite sticky. I've felt it once and it was a bit sticky. You've also got 2 cups, spoons, milk provided. What have we got in here? We've got Tetley, Yorkshire tea, Earl Grey, orange and cinnamon, Earl Grey. There's the coffee. I wondered if there was coffee. Nescafe Original. Is there any decaf? That's unusual that no decaf. I presume if you ask for it, they will probably provide it you. You've then got 2 American plugs. You've also got your kettle here, and then moving further down, you've got 2 European plugs. There is a USB socket here. It's quite useful. I'm not sure what. There you go. That's the light for above. And then there's your pull-out stool, and I think that's a little table. Could be used to sit on, I suppose. Moving along, we've got quite a nice piece of artwork. It's not offensive anyway. And at the side of the bed, you've got your lamp. And you've also got a light control. Underneath, you've got the controls for the lamps. You've got the reading light, and you've also got the lamp. There we go. Put them both back on. I don't know what this is. Let's have a look at this. This was left in the room, and I've no idea what it is really. Probably some sort of blanket. I don't know. If it gets cold, it doesn't feel like a blanket. No idea what that is, but that was tucked under that shelf there. So the shelf there, you've got 2 little drawers, quite useful. And there is also a USB, which is indicated here. So a USB each side of the bed. Moving to the bed. I've only had one night in here so far, and I did find it extremely comfortable. Nice big bed as I'm on a solo cruise. Pillows were comfortable. And then you've obviously got the 2 cushions. Sorry, that's something that was delivered earlier, put that there. And then you've got the same setup this side. 2 small drawers, and exactly the same setup with the reading light, the lamp, and a USB. Let's go take a look at the bathroom. So I've been quite impressed with the bathroom, apart from my first day problems. As we go in the bathroom, you will see that you have quite a large shower. Try and go down to show you the size. It's a good size shower. The water pressure wasn't great. Water temperature was good control. You might have to wait a little while for it to warm up. Moving round, you've got the toilet. Plenty of toilet roll. My toiletries are out, but I could have stored them up in those 3 drawers there. Now looking inside the shower, you do get shower gel and shampoo. Don't know the make. I think it's turned out for MSC, so there's no great smell, nothing brilliant, but it does do the job. You've also got a shower tray there, which is quite useful. And as I say, all in all, there's a rail there if you need to hold on. But all in all, it's a good size. Got a shaving mirror. But interestingly, as with P&O, there is no shaving plug. No shaving plug, which hasn't affected me because I have a wet shave. But there we go, the sink is plenty big enough. Sorry you got me in the picture, but I can't avoid it. And there we go, plenty of towels. Obviously plenty for me because I'm here on my own. So I've not had any problems. I didn't bother having them changed today. So you've got 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and then you've got a sheet for the floor there, getting out the shower. So all in all, quite happy with that bathroom. You've also got of course, the washing line in the shower at the top, and you've also got 2 hooks as you come out. So there you go, that is my tour of this cabin. What are my thoughts? Well, those of you that follow our channel will probably know, and especially on our Facebook page, that I had an horrendous time with this cabin on the first day here. But rather than put it on here, I will put all the details in day one of actually coming on board, and that will cover the problems I had with the cleanliness of the room and the issues that it caused. So, how have I felt otherwise if those problems hadn't existed? The room is a little dark. I don't like how far the TV is away, but I don't think they've got any solution to that. The telephone to me is too low and it's too dark. It could do with a light above it, or it could do with being a bit higher. So I've not been able to use that at all. Yes, I could put my torch on my phone. I tried that and it still wasn't good enough for me to read. Overall, I slept very well in here. I think the linen is very good quality. The pillows are very good, very comfy. So no problems with the bed. I enjoyed my night's sleep, and hopefully I'll have another good one tonight. The desk, I haven't made a cup of tea in here. I haven't needed to really. You know that you don't spend that much time in a cabin really, particularly when you've only got 2 days on board. You want to be off out exploring. So I haven't made a hot drink in here. I've tended to bring bottled water or cans back with me, so that I've got those here. The bathroom is, I think, pretty good. It's a good sized shower. The temperature of the water is hot. The pressure could be a little bit better, but that's just a minor quibble. And there's enough storage, and the sink is a good size too. The wardrobe space is good for a single room. I'm not sure how you'd cope in there if you were longer than a week's cruise. I think it could be an issue with the amount of clothes you have. But again, I've not had a problem. The minibar, I don't know what's gone on with the minibar. I expected that they would want you to have stuff out the minibar, so I expected it would be open. But it's been closed the entire time I've been on here. I haven't gone asking about it. It's not a big issue to me. I've heard some people ask for it to be emptied and then they use it for their own stuff. I don't know whether that's possible. It wasn't worth me doing that for the sake of 2 days. The other thing is, overall, would I stay in this room again? I would actually. I don't think there's anything that's put me off it, aside from what happened the first day, but we're not talking about that in this video. It's a decent room. It's quite cozy. It feels dark at night, and sometimes that's better than than having a window or there being some light there. So for me, it's worked really well. Everything you want in the room is here. If you know you're not going to spend a lot of time in the cabin, then why spend the extra money on an upgrade? So thanks for watching. If you've got any questions about the cabin, I'm always happy to try and help. And if you've stayed in this cabin, if you've stayed in other cabins on Virtuosa and you want to comment, then put them down below. It helps us out a great deal if you would consider subscribing. It doesn't cost anything. Also hit the like button and the notification, the bell button, so that you get informed of future videos that we put out. So thanks for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.